The Fall Classic begins here. We'll see the Miami Marlins as they play against the Texas Rangers. And we send it now to Rangers Ballpark in Arlington. Gary, John, and Steve are in the broadcast booth.
Game one, the Fall Classic ready to kick off. With Steve Phillips and John Kruk. Hi, everybody. I'm Gary Thorne. Always a factor, Josh Hamilton. Deliberate approach at the plate. That's what makes him tough to get out. Team support, got to have that, and they've got it here with some 48,000 plus. Here's a glance at Texas's starter. Steve, I'm wondering, what do you think of the strategy he's going to have going up against this Miami lineup?
Pitching's the key to win any ball game, and with their quality right-hander on the mound today, that's going to be a key as well against this outstanding lineup. He's going to have to execute his pitches to get the outs.
Here's the offense for Bud Black. Any of these bats stand out, John?
But he can get lost in the shuffle of the team that he's on, but day in and day out, Ike Davis produces. A big guy, he's going to be a huge power guy once he learns the pitchers in the league.
Bottker in the box. And so, Steve, what do you think is going to be the key for the Rangers?
Well, if the rest of the World Series is anything like the first few games, we're in for a wild ride. So far, we're in a dead heat, but someone is going to break this tie tonight, and look for that team to be the one that can deliver with runners in scoring position.
Opportunity, Steve, that's what you're talking about, delivering with runners in scoring position. That's a barometer of just what kind of day you're going to have, delivering opportunities.
Well, we have two good teams. You don't get that many opportunities, so when you do get them, you have to capitalize.
Grimmage gets a shot here. Beltre in position. Out. Throw to first, gets him, and there are two down. Now a chance to see how the Rangers defense looks. John, scouting anyone here?
Well, how do you not like Adrian Beltre? He's the best third baseman in all of baseball.
Hit sharply towards the hole. And they get him at first base. Good hustle by the pitcher to get over there.
Now, great work by the...
Now we'll take a look at the starting pitcher for Miami. Steve, we'll be focusing here on these Texas hitters. What will he be looking at?
Well, tough matchup for the hitter today with Josh Johnson on the mound. Very good at moving his fastball around the zone and commanding it inside, outside, up and down to lefties and righties. And he has the secondary pitches to get swings and misses.
On the way. Swings, lines this one back up the middle. That retires Martin. One away. Get a chance to see that lineup. Let's take a look for the Rangers. Thoughts, John? Anybody stand out?
One guy this pitching staff should be worried about is Nelson Cruz. A ton of power. Talk to managers around the game. They said if someone's going to hit the record farther.
Swing and a line drive. And that'll be in there for Texas, their first hit. And we've got a brief moment now to see how Miami will shape up defensively.
Well, second fewest number of errors committed in the National League. That's what you're looking at right here with this team defense. And, they make plays, great range, great hands, and they execute, making the fundamental outs.
And Josh Hamilton to bat. A career .455 hitter off Miami.
And it's just amazing how he can have this team's number year in and year out.
Strike one, and Johnson gets him swinging.
Well, against this guy in this situation, Gary, you've got to go with the changeup.
Here's the pitch. There's a bullet towards third. That's two gone.
Boy, they might have been able to get the out at second, at least getting the lead runner, but at least they got the sure out at first.
Yes, to drive in a run, Nelson Cruz. Fastball in there for a called strike. Here's the pitch. That's it, foul by Cruz. Foul! And Johnson outside a bit. That'll be a ball. Nelson Cruz caught looking. That's strike three called. And heading to the dugout, Josh Johnson works his way out of the first inning without allowing anyone to score. And it'll be the Marlins coming right up. Davis into the batter's box. That one goes foul. That's a strike. Feliz takes the count to 0-2. Curveball got him, one away.
At 80 miles per hour, that's pretty good movement right there.
Well, sometimes you get fooled so badly, there's just nothing else you can do but hope and pray that you put the ball in play, hopefully foul, to get another pitch to hit.
How's he? Attacking on the first delivery. Let's look here.
Talk about the importance of first pitch strikes. Well, this shows you here. He's retired 6.
Now a swing and a shot towards second. Nope. One away. And that first run scores.
Well, what a good offensive team, finding a way to get the runners in Take advantage of the opportunities when you have them. That's a good offense.
And Josh Hamilton to bat. Getting out in front any time of the ball game, you want to do that. Now you try and build on it.
Well, at this point in the game, we've seen some very important run production to get on the board early.
And there's the pitch inside from Johnson. And no doubt, guys, that you get the edge in a game at this stage, at least, you got a chance to build some good momentum.
You know exactly what you want to keep your offense going every time you come in to hit, but you also want to put up zeros after you score runs.
Now a throw over to third. And he's back easily, made a dive to get in. He delivers. And Josh Hamilton swings right through that pitch for strike three.
That's a hard-fighting curveball right there with great break. Awfully tough to put in play, swung right through it.
Base runner 90 feet away from Nelson Cruz, who's at the plate. He has 5 career hits, 12 at-bats against the Marlins. Here's the delivery. 0-1 is a slider for a called strike. Steve, let's take a look at what he's getting done out there on the mound.
How's this righty doing it? Well, he's getting a lot of ground ball outs, and it's because they just cannot seem to stay behind the ball. They keep hitting the top of the ball.
So he ended that half inning with a strikeout. Well, nothing doing the first couple of innings, but they got it across in the third. Botker up now. First time up, he didn't have much luck. Struck out swinging against Feliz.
Well, as a pitcher, I'm going back.
Smash towards the middle. That should be a base hit. He's going to try to stretch it.
Well, anytime you can get on base with no outs to start an inning, you know that an extra base hit will probably score you. But even if the batter behind you can figure out a way to get on base, now you have the potential for a huge inning.
Grimmage at the plate. Ground out victim last time through. This one's grounded. Oh, he's trying to steal second. Here's a swing and a fly ball to right center. And Hamilton's going to play it. Roams over, puts it away. The runner's tagging from first. It's going to be Taylor. Grounded out his last time through. He's running towards second.
Well, definitely going to have to hold the runner close at first base.
He's running, taking off for second. That one's hit to the right. Way down there, but that's going to be a long foul ball. And the 0-1 by Feliz. Swing and a high bouncer to second. Over to second for one. Back to first, not in time. Not quick enough on the relay.
They get the lead runner at second base, but I think they would have liked to have gotten 2 right there.
Davis into the batter's box. Oh, Taylor, here we go. And he is out trying to take second. So no runs on one hit and nobody left on. It's going to be Napoli. Changing the eye level of hitters is such a key component. Here we can...
Now 2 outs in the inning. And you put the tying run on base with a base on balls. Not what...
Oh, and he takes off for second. Line drive. That's foul towards first. He's running. Strike 2. And he throws it away, and everybody's safe. There's the throw.
That's good baseball right here. 2 outs. You're on first base. You need to get in scoring position. Stealing a bag. Nice baseball.
Oh, man, there's the big bender. Struck him outside, retired. So they can't push any across here in this half of the inning. No runs yet for Miami. Well, we'll won't consider it extreme weather, but it is very cold here. Field conditions are okay. Davis into the batter's box. He'll lead off for the home team here in the home half of the fifth. And a strike to start the fifth. We've got an 0-1 count. Taking a look, he struck out looking first at bat. That came against Johnson.
He just locked up on that slider, called for a third strike, went walking back to the dugout, shaking his head. He must have been looking for something different.
Oh, that pitch is looking good for him. Along with this guy, he's gotten 2 others to go down. He's used that pitch for the put-away pitch.
Well, at this point of the ball game, you've got to get this run in.
Well, you have to take advantage of the opportunities. You need base runners.
Hot shot towards the hole. Kadaya makes the play. And the throw pulls him off the bag. He is safe. It's going to be Taylor. Steve, how well is that pitching performance standing up?
You know, you throw that fastball down, your hitter's got to go down and get it. And because he's changed their eye level, they just can't get down far enough. A lot of ground ball outs.
He's running, heading for second. Feliz sets, throws. You're out. Struck him out, and that's going to leave him one away from a shutout.
Now, so close, Gary. One more out, and he's got it. You know he's got to be exhausted on the mound. He's been out there for a long time.
Davis into the batter's box. He'll be seeking his first hit right here.
Well,
that one hit fly ball. This may be the ball game. Steve, that was one of the most outstanding pitching performances that we've seen in recent memory. With that final out, he's got a shutout.
Well, he didn't miss a spot the entire game. He had great defensive play behind him, a great all-around team effort. Well, they treated their hometown crowd to a phenomenal pitching performance in this one. A big win on the shoulders of their pitchers.
Now let's take a look back. What an outstanding affair.
Now, Gary, as a ball club, you really want to
Anthony settling in. Steve, as these teams get settled in out there, how about what's in store for the Rangers today?
Well, they've already shown they're not going to be intimidated by the situation or
smash towards the middle. That's going to do it. Kadaya's there. They get 2 men in scoring position. Couple of hits, can't get them home though. Bottom half coming right up. Texas will bat. And out on the mound, we'll see Josh Lindblom. He'll be starting. This one for Miami. Stevie faces this Texas lineup today. What's his focus?
a pretty even matchup right here. Quality right-hander against a quality lineup.
Let's take a look here at how he's been mixing up his pitches so far in this game.
Well, when you're playing behind a guy, you love to see him mix up his pitches, change speeds. But when you're in the batter's box, it can create a lot of havoc for the hitter. He's done a great job of that today.
Yeah, for the most part, he's...
Oh, there he goes. Swung on and fouled away. Oh, both runners on the move. Fastball got him 2 down. Whoa, they just bungled that one. That throws to the wrong base. Davis into the batter's box. He doubled his last time. Runners at second and third with 2 outs. And he starts him out. Just missed that one for strike one. Lined up the middle. And that one to fall in, and the run will score. And that's 2 runs in. And he's on board. Credit him with 2 RBIs on the base hit. Those 2 RBIs, boy, that makes a difference. We can see just how much on this WPA chart.
Well, anytime the guys in front of you are on base, the last thing you want to do is have a bad at bat to end an inning. He gets a pitch he can handle, and he drives home the first 2 runs of this ball game. Let's see if this opens things up a little bit for this team.
And the first pitch. This one's grounded meekly to first. And he'll step on first to retire the side. So Davis into the batter's box. He'll get us going here in the home half of the third. Up the middle. So he's aboard, base hit, nobody out.
Well, anytime you get your first hitter up in the inning, big things could happen. It opens up a lot of holes in the deep.
Hit up the middle. Up with it now. Over to second for 1. And Davis will get the double play. That Keystone area can get a little rough, Steve. Nice turn on the double play.
Just the way they draw it up. Great pivot by the shortstop.
And in the batter's box, it's Martin. Base hit his last time. First pitch is a big curveball in there, 0-1. There's a swing towards the hole. Throws to first in time. That's 3 down. Well, how about that? Only needed 4 pitches to set down the guys. Tremendous. The Rangers still looking for a run. And Mayberry batting. We'll take a quick look here at how he's been mixing up his placement of pitches.
He's trying to keep the ball down, but he's having trouble getting a strike called when he
swung on, lined over the first baseman's head. That one headed into the corner. Going to try for at least a double.
Well, what a great swing right there. And anytime you can put yourself in scoring position with no outs, you're looking for big things to happen.
And Adams is in the box. Grounded out his last time up. The pitch. Big cut at that one, and he missed it. 1 strike.
Well, he fooled him right there. That 2-seam fastball has to be down in the zone to be effective, but it looked like he was looking for a different pitch.
Derek Holland, couple of strikes. See how he pitches here. He takes off for third. Ball. Shows bunt, stays away. 1 and 2. Out, trying to steal third. No luck for him last time. He struck out swinging against Holland.
Well, I think if he's going to have to go back to that two-seamer.
There's a swing, a high pop-up behind second. This one fielded. Davis. Two retired here.
Got him off balance, got him up front a little bit. Easy pop-out to the shortstop.
Davis in the batter's box. Let's take a look at the types of strikes we've been seeing. There's a ground ball. Kadaya makes the play. Throws to first, side is retired. No runs at a base hit. It's Mike Napoli to lead it off. Now Avila sets up. A swing line to left center. That gets down. That'll put him on the tying run up. That's going to bring up Adrian Beltre.
Well, anytime you can get on base with no outs to start an inning, you know that an extra base hit will probably score you. But even if the batter behind you can figure out a way to get on.
Ground ball. Up with it. And there's one. And Davis will get the double play. Well, here's a double play that looks like they ordered up.
Great turn and throw at second base. He was ready to make the play. An example of a nicely executed double play.
It's Kadaya at the plate. 0 for 1 thus far. That fastball gets by him on the first pitch, 0-1.
He has that little running action on that two-seam fastball that busts in on the hands of the hitter. It's a tough pitch. Now they have a chance to go to the outer part of the plate.
Tries to get him to golf at that one, but he lays off, and 1-2 count. Steve, let's take a look at those numbers off the mound.
You know, when he's throwing the ball down on the zone like this, these lefty hitters have to stay behind the ball to drive it. They just don't seem able to do that. They keep swinging and hitting the top part of the ball.
That one's drilled to short. Mayberry. He'll throw one to first, and that'll do it for this half inning. So no runs on one hit and nobody left on. The Marlins still lead. Anthony is the batter, and he really gets a lot of attention. It doesn't matter whether he's home or on a shot up the middle. That should be a base hit. He's going to try and test him here.
I'll tell you what, people pay money to watch the power hitters, and that's why the stars make the most money, because they hit the ball out of the ballpark, Gary.
And Mayberry batting. 1 for 2 in the ballgame. Here we go. Here's the first pitch. Big swing on this one. Chasing it. Warning track wall. Right off the wall. He's going to try for third. Good offensive chance here.
Well, a great piece of work right there to get that double and put himself in scoring position. He got a fastball and took a good rip at it. Nice, short, compact swing.
Now, gut check time right now on the mound.
Here's a swing and a broken bat line drive. RBI scores as he comes in. And the second run comes through. 2-run single on that one. So 2 runs in on that hit. Let's take a look now at the play and how it affected the win expectancy graph.
Well, that's 3 consecutive hits he's given up. He can't be out of gas yet. He just has to bear down and get somebody out. They don't want to go to the bullpen this early in the game.
And Bell's in the box. Well, they've definitely got a rhythm. He's running, heading for second. And he swings and hits this one foul. What they're looking for right here is to keep this offense rolling now, get this going.
Well, that's right. I mean, they've got it rolling now, Gary, and you want to continue to lump these quality at-bats.
He's running. Strike 2. And he throws it away, and everybody's safe. And he is safe at second. Popped way up there behind home plate. And at first, that one was going to look playable, but nothing doing. It got away. Swing and a miss on the slider. 1 out. Well, the guy on the mound looks pretty good at the moment, but nevertheless, we got warm-up action.
Yeah, and that right now. He's hardly broken a sweat out there.
A liner headed for the hole, and Beltre gloves that one. Bodker up at the plate. Not looking last time. Runner on second and 2 outs. Here's the pitch. That's it. Pretty well down the line and left. And Cruz is there. And that one's put away to retire the side. They pick up 2-3 hits, strand a man. Marlins on top by 4. We'll be looking to the leadoff. Davis into the batter's box. Well, it's truly been a tremendous day on the mound for this man. Here's a breakdown of how he's been mixing up his locations, using that to his advantage.
I really like what we've seen from him. He moved the ball up and down, in and out, changing the eye level of the hitters.
And you got to do that. I mean, you think about his strategy, and his success today is a testament to how important it is to mix up your location.
1-1 pitch, a fastball, cut on, missed, 1-2.
Well, you have to be ready for something hard, and this guy wasn't anticipating it. That's why he was late on that 2-seam fastball.
Swung on, line to right center field, and he gets it down. He's 2 for 2 now.
He takes this 1-2 pitch down in the zone. He's able to go down and get it, get a good part of the bat on the ball, and pick up the base hit.
That's a tough pitch to hit when you're behind in the count. You just want contact, and he got it. Swings and grounds this one foul, wide of third. Swing and a liner to right center. And that's through, a base hit. Davis headed for third. There's the throw. He slides and is safe. Made it just in time. A moment here for Texas. Can they get it done? And in the batter's box, it's Martin. Ground out victim last time through. And Nick Hagedorn is the pitcher. He's brought in to take over for the Marlins.
If it were me, I'd leave the starter in the game. I think you're taking him out too early right now. I'd go to the bullpen a little bit later.
And this is hit in the air, foul down the left field line. As he drops back, Davis around third, headed for the plate. And Davis is home. Navarro at the plate. Right now, looking better for this ball club. This is what they needed. Just chink away here and get back into this thing. A swing and a fly ball to left center field. Taylor's there. Able to glide over. Not much of a problem on that one.
Gary, Josh Hamilton at the plate right now in this big situation, looking to get the job done.
2 outs and a runner on second. First pitch to him. Slider misses badly with it. 1-0. That one fouled off by Hamilton. Here's the pitch. Here's a swing and a ground ball. Throws on to first, side is retired. So they score once on 2 hits, 1 man left. Texas trying to get back into a position to challenge. Batters 2 through 4 coming right up. Grimmage gets a turn here. He'll lead off the 7th inning. Liner towards the hole, and he drops it. It's going to be Taylor, still without a hit yet in the game. He'll get another chance here. Here's a swing and a liner to left center, and it's through. Taylor a single. He's going to try to stretch it.
Well, this guy's got a lot of speed over there at first base, and it's not going to be surprised to see him off and running to try to steal this base.
Davis into the batter's box. Grounded out his last time up.
You've got to keep the opponent close when you're behind. You've got speed on first base. They better keep him close. If he gets in scoring.
Oh, Taylor, here we go. Swing and a rocket toward short. And in there for a base hit. He's 3 for 4 today.
Well, anytime you're a hitter and you can get 3 hits in a game, you're going to see that average start creeping up to where you want it to be. And he's on now with 1 out.
Anthony settles in. Singled and scored his last time around.
When you have the lead, it's not the time to play it safe. You got to go after him a little bit.
Up the middle. And there's another one. Couple of quick hits. Taylor scores.
Well, most of the time when you throw a pitch that far up in the strike zone, you don't even expect the hitter to swing at it, much less put the bat on it. But the hitter got his bat on it, and he got that big hit.
And Mayberry batting. Steve, we've seen them continue to charge it up at the plate, and it doesn't look like they're going to be stopped.
Well, they're taking advantage of add-on time, and the opportunities are there. They're cashing in, adding on to this lead.
You hope the pitcher's a little frustrated right here. Maybe makes a mistake. Oh, and there they go. Swinging a drive, deep left center. It rolls all the way to the wall. Davis around third, headed for the plate. And Davis is home. Another run comes in right behind him. And he'll stop at second base. That'll be a 2-run double. Here's what that double's done for the win expectancy graph.
They're just teeing off right now. 4 straight hits, and clearly this offense is locked in.
Adams gets a shot here. There he goes towards third. This one fielded. Davis. That's 2 gone. And Bell's in the box. Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. Swing and a miss. Strike 1.
Boy, that's some kind of fastball down in the zone right there. The hitter has to be ready for it, or he's got no chance to hit it.
He swings, hits a ball to right field. And Martin puts that away to retire the side. And if you're just joining in, Gary Thorne with Steve Phillips and John Krunk bringing you Major League Baseball here on 2K Sports. And now Nelson Cruz. He'll start the home half of the 7th. It is the bottom of the 7th, and the count 1-0.
Obviously, 7th inning right now. Game getting a little bit short. You're in the final third of the game. Got a big lead, so you want to throw strikes. Do not let them get back into this game. We're talking World Series stuff right now. Throw strikes, make them earn it.
And that's on the outside corner, 1-2. He delivers. Swung and a fly ball. And the catch by Taylor. That's one away. It's got to be Napoli. He singled his last trip. The first pitch. Napoli will foul that one away. Mike Napoli isn't fooled by that pitch, and the count is evened up.
Well, that's the pitch you want for the ground ball out. That 2-seam fastball at the bottom of the strike zone. Just couldn't quite catch the plate. Good eye by the hitter.
Sharp bite to that slider, 1-2.
Now, 1-2 is a pitcher's count, so there's no reason to give him a good pitch to hit right here.
The 1-2 on its way. Mike Napoli isn't fooled by that pitch, and the count is evened up.
He likes to swing 2-2. He's very aggressive, trying to fight off that strikeout. Let's see if he can get him chase a pitch out of the zone here.
And he pops it up. Foul territory behind third. Thought he could make a play there, but it didn't happen. Back up the middle. Oh, man, was that close. That was right back at him. Somehow he got out of the way. That's going to bring up Adrian Beltre.
Well, infield playing back in this situation. A well-hit ball, just getting by him for a base hit.
He hit into a double play as last time, and Tommy Hunter is the pitcher. He's brought in to take over for the Marlins. So, Steve, how's he going to handle these big Texas bats?
Well, a real bulldog on the mound in Tommy Hunter. Real courage as well. Nothing overpowering. Doesn't have the best stuff, but he does have the courage to attack the zone with it and change speeds. He can throw every pitch for a strike at any time on the count.
It's hit foul by Beltre. And he lays off that one outside, 1-2.
Well, this is exactly the situation where he's going to pull the curveball out. This guy really struggles with it when he's behind.
Ground ball, Bell ready. One. And Davis will get the double play. No runs, one hit, and no one left on base. Marlins 7, Texas 1. Bottom part of the order will get their chance offensively. And it's Alex Avila to lead us off. Ali Mohammadi will be the pinch hitter.
That was such a big lead right here, Gary. They're just trying to rest some of the regulars and get some at-bats to keep the bench players fresh.
0 for 2 thus far. Bookvich will be coming in to pitch in this game as the Marlins bring in their reliever. Check to swing, but it's in there. 0-1. Here's the delivery. And that misses for a ball.
Well, that's where you look for a changeup from the pitcher away in the strike zone. If they look for it and get it, they can really shoot that thing the other way and do some damage.
Ground ball up the middle. And the throw pulls him off the bag. He is safe. Davis into the batter. Two for 2 in the game. And they are going to make a defensive change here.
Well, this is a good move right here. You're bringing in the better defensive player. Defense helps you win games.
First pitch, a slider for a called strike. Here it comes. Lays off the curveball. Good pitch, though. 1-1. He deals. Off the mark there. Ball 2. 2-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. 2 strikes.
Well, not a whole lot you can do when a pitcher's locating that curveball down in the strike zone. There's just not a lot for the hitter to get accomplished with that swing. You just hope to foul it off, and he makes a mistake with the next one.
Slider just about had him. 3-2 count.
Trying to throw it in on the hitter's hands right here. Trying to get him to flinch and open up. He just laid off the pitch, didn't get the strike.
Curveball got him, 1 away.
That's a hard-biting curveball right there with great break. Awfully tough to put in play. Swung right through it.
And Bourbon settles in. He's 1 for 1 so far. Good eye of the runner at first. And the first pitch. Swings and misses the slider. 0-1.
Well, you see that pitch coming in, and it starts at the center of the plate. And all of a sudden, as soon as you start your swing, that's when that slider starts breaking away. Gets out of the strike zone away. He can't stop his swing and swings and misses.
There's a swing and a line drive. Ooh, that one hit off the heel of his glove. And in the batter's box, it's Martin. Last time up, he drove. Going to run with a sac fly. And here's the first one. First pitch is a slider in there, 0-1. Third ball, a lot of down on that one, ended up in the earth. Comes set, now the 1-1. In there, now 1-2.
Well, a changeup right there hit a good spot. You want to keep that down in the zone, so even if they swing at it, it stays in the ballpark.
No swing. Count goes to 2-2.
A good break on the curveball right there, but he just didn't offer at it.
At the belt, here's the 2-2 pitch. There's a swing, line drive, center field, and it gets down. That's hit number 2, making good contact. And Kadaya comes home.
Well, speed is a two-way tool. We talked about how it helps on defense. Now you see how it helps on the base pass as he barrels around going into third base.
Navarro at the plate. Nice to get production, but sometimes it comes when you're pretty well under the bellwether. Lays off a called strike of the knees, 0-1.
He has great bite on this slider, throwing it down and into the hitter. Gets away with one, and he gets in for the strike.
The pitch. A swing line to left center. And that looks like an RBI and a single.
Well, this is getting ugly right now. I mean, he's giving up hit after hit after hit. This offense has clearly figured him out. How much longer can you leave him in and take a beating?
Josh Hamilton looking for a knock to get a run in here. Line fair down the line and right. And it falls as Martin comes to score.
Well, when you turn it over the pen, the one thing you hope and expect are for them to get outs, not come in and surrender extra base hits. He needs to clamp it down right now.
Here is Nelson Cruz. We're looking at a lot of determination right now. They are closing in. These are crucial at-bats. No luck that time for Sanchez as he misses inside.
Okay, they've cut this deficit to 3 runs, and they continue to put the pressure on. They've got to have some confidence right now. They're back into this ball game and got to be feeling good offensively.
Here's the 2-1. 2-1 pitch, and he watches the fastball goodbye for strike 2.
But now within 3 runs in this ball game, Gary, and you really have to credit this offense. They've been relentless, continuing to put the pressure on inning after inning.
They can't connect on that one. Nelson Cruz comes up empty on the swing.
Now I've got a chance to take a look at the slider again.
Well, sometimes you get fooled so badly, there's just nothing else you can do but hope and pray that you put the ball in play, hopefully foul, to get another pitch to hit.
Here's Mike Napoli. He's got a chance to bring a runner in. 2 for 3 thus far. Here's the first pitch. He lays off one low, 1-0.
A 2-seam fastball is such an effective pitch. 1, because it gets ground ball outs, but 2, it sets up his other pitches.
1-1. Curveball over for a strike, 1-1.
That's a tough location for any hitter to put in play. That kind of breaking ball down in the zone.
Napoli will foul that one away. And the 1-2 from Sanchez. Napoli again fouling it off. Sanchez gets set and delivers. Hit in the air to left center. And that one's good. The Rangers should score. And Hamilton comes home. Take the risk, and sometimes it pays off, and it does there.
Well, I tell you what, it's a risk. There's no question about it. He got in safely, but I have to consider whether it's a risk worth taking.
He's ready to give his best at bat right here. First position, home half of the ninth. There's a strike at the knees, 0-1. Good spot for the slurve, but it's 1-1. Liner towards the hole. Emus. One down.
One out in the ninth inning, trailing by a run. They need that clutch hit. Maybe we can hit out of the ballpark or put some hits together, but tie this game up. Tie it and then figure out later what you're going to do to win it.
Davis into the batter's box. Struck out swinging last time. You get into the postseason play, sometimes roles change, and maybe that's what's happening here. We've got a starter in the pen, Steve.
You don't hold anything back in the playoffs, Gary. Everybody's available. It doesn't matter the role. If somebody needs to come in, they're all raising their hand.
Andrew Bailey, 2009 Rookie of the Year, is going to be pitching as Miami brings him in to close. And he steps on first. That's the second out.
2 outs here in the ninth, leading by a run. You've got to make a play. I mean, if you've got to dive, you've got to dive, but you cannot let them tie this game. Get dirty if you have to.
And Bourbon settles in. Reached on an error and later scored last time through the lineup. 0-1 count as that started off with a strike. 0-1. Good hard cutter in for a called strike.
Fans are on their feet right now. They know 2 strikes on the hitter. They need to keep this thing going.
Tried to get him to go after that cutter, but it's 1-2.
But Gary's a pitcher ahead in the count right now, 1-2. You can afford to waste a pitch or two to see if you can't get him to hit one of your pitches.
Swung on, ground ball, maybe the end. And on to first for out number 3, and that's going to do it.
What a big win right here on the road, winning a playoff game. That's awfully tough to do and can go a long way to winning a series, Gary.
Well, it's that time again. How about we take a look at our player of the game?
Well, you know, Gary, anytime you can put the ball in play, you have a great opportunity to get hits and great things happen. And that's what happened today. Pitcher couldn't find a way to put him away. That's why he got those 3 big hits. And when you can do that, good things are going to happen for your team.
And with this victory march today, they've overcome a very big hurdle, battling their way back into this series.
And Gary, I wouldn't be the least bit surprised to see this thing come down to a deciding game.
Great day for baseball here at 2K Sports. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Gary Thorne with John Kruk, Steve Phillips, and our great 2K Sports.